Hot off the presses, I have the brand new Osprey Daylite 35, which I want to show you in comparison to the older 26+6 model. This bag just came out a couple of days ago, so I haven't had a chance to do a proper review, take it on a trip yet, but I wanted to show you a quick overview, comparison update on the new features. Osprey released 3 versions of this update. They had a 26+6 expandable version, a larger 44-liter version. They've updated both those models and then added this kind of sweet spot size, the 35-liter. I've also ordered the newer 26.6 expandable version. Hasn't come in yet, but when that does and I get a few more days to test these packs out and carry them around, I'll follow up with a more detailed review and comparison. My initial impression on this bag is it's an amazing deal. In an era of bagflation, bag prices have gotten so out of control. Osprey actually managed to reduce the prices. The 26+6 was, I think, 110. The newer model is 100, and this 35-liter bag, I think, is a great deal at only 120. This model was designed as a carry-on to fit in the overhead, not as a personal item to go under the seat. It's a little bit big, about 19.5, 14.5 by 10 deep. This is my 14 by 18 by 8 sizer box. This thing has kind of a rigid back panel. It is fairly soft though, so if you underpack it a little bit and kind of get creative, you can fit it in the box, but whether you can get that past the gate agent might be a different story. I'm gonna skip the peanut test for now. I'll follow up on that when I get the other bag so I can do a proper comparison. Just eyeballing this thing though, it really does feel like it's around 35 liters. The materials and the build quality seem to be basically identical to the old model. It's a mid-weight 300 denier DWR coated polyester. This isn't really a surprise, but it says, I think the old fabric worked well with this pack. And as you probably noticed, they do have kind of some wacky colorways. This is the tumbleweed yellow. It's kind of cool, I'm kind of digging it. It's got this kind of teal zippers with these kind of bright orange accents here. And then for whatever reason, Osprey has never gotten on the bright interior lining train, so this one's just gonna kind of have a dull gray and a dark gray interior. The larger bag also comes with larger fabric, which is fantastic. These are number 10 YKK locking zippers on the main compartment. They also have a smaller number 8 locking zipper on the laptop compartment with a little fabric loop for attaching a lock. The new version is very similar in the basic design to the old one with some notable updates. Kind of you'll notice right here is pretty obvious, the zipper pocket on the front. The main opening style is virtually identical, just a large side open clamshell. They both have the luggage straps on the interior and a mesh pocket over here on the lid side. This is really just a difference in the expandable version here because this is the expansion pocket. You also have a separate large kind of container pocket over there, which you're not going to get on the 35-liter. The other major difference, this is kind of more of a difference also between the 26 and the 35. The laptop sleeve on the 26 is inside the main compartment. You access that from a separate exterior zipper, but it just goes right in here inside the main compartment. Whereas the 35-liter version, you can see the laptop padding here inside the main compartment. However, the actual storage of this is going to be behind this, so you have a dedicated separate pocket. This updated front pocket is a much appreciated feature. The old bag just had kind of a dumb pocket here. It was open, really good for access, but your stuff can just fall out. Update, basically the same size pocket in the same location, but you're gonna get a zipper access now instead of just a sleeve. This top pouch seems to be completely unaltered. A little mesh stretchy dividers in here with a little key leash. And the good thing about these pockets is this top one here only goes down to here, so you're not gonna lose your stuff in the bottom of the pack. It's just up here, really easy to get to. This bottom pocket goes down to the bottom, so these pockets, the volume of this one is up here, the volume of this pocket is down here, so you're not going to be competing for space with your gear in these pockets. And if you have one, the Cap 1 by Evergoods, this thing fits perfectly in this front pouch, which I think is great. Then you'll also notice on the update, you got these 4 fabric loops on the front of the pack. Osprey's been doing this a lot with their new bags, and basically it's for attaching a smaller date pack onto the front of this thing. I don't do this. I think it makes the bag a little awkward and cumbersome to carry, throws off your weight distribution, but it's there as an option if you want to use it. Water bottle pockets appear to be identical, just a large stretchy mesh pocket. These things work great, and there's two of them. They're large enough to hold one of these fatter 1 liter Nalgene style bottles. Then you've obviously noticed the side compression straps. The one over here on the hinge side is permanently attached, so it's just the one buckle over here on the opening side. And these things do a pretty decent job of compression here, just on the top part of the pack. Also, they give you the advantage of making these side pockets a little bit more versatile, so you can add some taller gear in here and strap it down. Last thing to show you back here is the carry system. On first glance, they appear to be virtually identical. They have the same backpack straps with the foam mesh with the holes in it, mesh backing. They have the same kind of ridged back. Also with the holes in it, gives you a lot of great air ventilation. One of the changes I see back here, though, is the luggage pass-through sleeve. On the older model, it goes all the way through the back padding in the vertical orientation, so you can put this kind of up on the handle that way. And the new model keeps that same luggage pass-through sleeve, but it adds a slit here in the middle, so it doesn't have to go the entirety of the way through. But they kept it in that same orientation. It's good because when this thing is on the handle of your luggage, you can still get to all your gear in these pockets. The other feature they added was stowability. It looks like the new 26.6 doesn't have this, so this is probably just going to be on the larger models. This gives you the ability to unclip the shoulder straps from these loops down here and stick them into a unzippered back pouch. They chose an interesting attachment style here. It's a plastic lobster claw buckle attached to this little fabric loop down here. This thing is sturdy enough. I don't think it's going to break or anything. It's kind of an interesting design, and I think it looks a little bit weird. You also missed an opportunity to add a hip belt onto this pack. The smaller bag, I think, doesn't need one, and it's understandable this is a very budget pack, so you're not going to get all the features. However, they could have added a couple of fabric loops here on the side, sold a hip belt separately, or made it so you have the ability to add an aftermarket hip belt if you wanted it. So that's all I'm going to go over today with this bag. Again, follow up with me in a couple of weeks when I get the 26.6 new model in and I have some more time to spend carrying these bags around and testing them. I'll follow up with some more videos and comparisons and a more detailed review. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this short review on the Osprey Daylite Carry-On Travel Pack 35. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And again, thanks for watching.